Hello, everyone, and welcome to Receiving Judgment. My name is Selwyn Jones, and it's a pleasure to be here with you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. So, I am here to talk to you a little bit about receiving judgment. It's one of the topics that, for me, when I actually first found out about how judgment works, it's like one of the areas that I really desired to start getting freedom on, like straight away. Because one of the things that I heard in my first Access Consciousness class was that, judgment is designed to control you. And what I realized as well is that, so many of us think that, everyone in our lives are the ones that are judging us and we are the victims to judgment. And then it starts to dawn on us, hang on a second, maybe I'm the one that's actually judging me here. Maybe I'm the one that's actually controlling me here. Maybe I'm the one that doesn't want to see a different possibility right now. So what I started to do was, like, there was this one tool that I really loved from Access, which was interesting point of view. I have this point of view for every point of view I had. And what I started to do was, with every area that I was judging myself, I would use this tool, and it's like I started to see different possibilities that I hadn't seen before, and it got me excited. I was like, wow, this actually works. I'm starting to get freedom in these areas of my life that I didn't know how else I was going to create it. And one of the other things that I think with judgment that you want to get clear on is, like, if you think back to when you were a little kid, it's like you probably don't have a memory of what it was like to judge at some point. There was some point for you as a kid where you just didn't function from judgment. So also be willing to, like, know that that's actually, like, judgment is not your reality. It's something that you have been, you know, something that you learnt. It's something that you were taught. It's something that you also bought. But it's like, if it's not your reality, then what actually is? And what actually would you like to function from and choose? So go back to your childhood and look at, when is it that I actually chose judgment as a reality? For me, there is a very, there's one time that I can specifically remember, and I remember it was, with my auntie's partner, and I was staying at their house, and I happened to come into their room in the morning, and they were getting dressed, and I remember saying to my auntie's partner, wow, your thighs are massive. And this was just like for me, this was like an observation. It wasn't like from a negative point of view or anything. But that one, the reaction that I got from that comment was one of the first times that I actually remember, like, the firstly the energy that they were with it, and then everything that I picked up based on that, and then also what I did with it, which was not to. It was like a retraction, a contraction. It wasn't. I didn't receive the. I didn't receive that with ease, and I was aware of where the other person didn't receive it with ease either. And this was one of the first times that I actually started to, I guess, fit myself into judgment, because that was something that I didn't desire to choose anymore. And so, yeah, it's like that's when I stopped, like, my receiving, and based on also what someone else was willing to receive. So how many of you have also stopped receiving judgment in your life based on what your family was or wasn't willing to receive, or your friends or your colleagues or anyone in your life, really? And these are some of the places where we stop ourselves. And hi everyone who's watching, it's awesome to have you guys here. The other thing I wanted to talk about is a little bit of, like, how can you actually identify if you're functioning from judgment? One of the greatest ways to be able to know if you're functioning from judgment is if you can only see two sides of the same coin. okay? Because basically, the only way that judgment can exist is with polarized points of view, and that is two sides of the same coin, right or wrong, good or bad, for example. So it's any area in your life that you cannot see another possibility, okay? So if you actually desire a different possibility in your life, you want to look at these areas where you can't see beyond two points of view of the same, like two sides of the same coin, these 2 points of view. And that is a place where there's something there that you've taken a fixed point of view on, or something there that you're not willing to go beyond, that would allow you to receive beyond whatever judgment that is. So that might be helpful, and in that case, the tool that I would start to use is, okay, interesting point of view. I have this point of view for every point of view I have. One of the other things that you can energetically, you'll know if you're functioning from a judgment, if you're really willing to be honest with yourself, because energetically, when you're functioning from judgment, you actually go away and you're no longer present. You're not like there being willing to receive everything that's actually available. Okay? So that's another way of knowing whether you're functioning from judgment. And it's once you're actually willing to be present with you and honest with you, it's actually really easy. You just go, wow, I'm so not present right now with this. And it's like, okay, so what judgment am I functioning from that's creating this? And you want to also get that it's like, if you're looking to have a different possibility with this, you're different. Okay? Most of the world thinks that judgment is normal, and that's the normal way that we should function. And, it's like you have to judge correctly in order to, create correctly and all of these things. Okay? But I know for a lot of you that you're different. And it's like whatever you've been using to create has not always worked for you that well. And I know for me, the more that I've chosen to not judge myself in an area, the more freedom I've got in an area, the sillier it seemed to function from that place for so long. And there's this great story that Gary tells about these people that were talking about their judgments, their points of view, and they were like, one of the questions that Gary Douglas, the founder of Access, asked them was, how much would I have to pay you in order to get rid of this point of view and this limitation, this judgment? And the response was, well, it would have to be a lot because, I've worked really hard to create this and maintain this. And it's like, well, Gary's response was, why wouldn't you just give it up for free? It's like it's something that's controlling you. It's something that's limiting your life. Why wouldn't you just give it up? So also be willing to look at, like, what are you holding on to that you don't need to be holding on to? That if you let it go, would actually give you a sense of freedom and a sense of peace and possibilities beyond judgment. Let me know as well in the chat, guys, if you have any questions. But yeah, one of the other things that I wanted to talk to you about was judgment. Consciousness includes everything, including judgment. And consciousness includes everything and judges nothing, including judgment. And that can be a little bit of a brain fizzler, because it's like for a lot of us that doesn't compute. But you want to also look at these areas in your life. Where do you stop you with judgment? Okay? And it's like if you, if you are willing to have no point of view about judgment, it no longer controls you. And so that's also being willing to be what you have decided and what other people have decided, judgment is. Okay? Because if you're willing to be everything and anything, you get to include everything and receive from everything. But anything that you've decided you will not be or you will not receive, it's like that becomes the limitation of your reality. So lots of different conversations with this, and it's like, for me, this is a huge topic, and I'm really just doing like a deeper dive with this one call coming up called Receiving Judgment. We might end up doing more, but to start with, it's going to be one call. I'd like to invite all of you guys on if it's something that you would like to have more freedom within your life. And yeah, you can find the link to join in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you there. And I hope you got something from this Facebook Live. It's also being simultaneously translated into quite a few different languages, so look out for that across Facebook as well. And thanks so much for being here. And what would it take to really have ease, joy, and glory with receiving judgment? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a great day wherever you are. Bye for now.